Creating an emotionally safe environment is key to giving the child the safe space to disclose abuse and or to heal from it. An emotionally safe environment is accepting of the child's experiences, feelings, vulnerabilities, fears, and open to understanding the underlying causes of behavior. If a child is showing signs of sexual abuse or discloses to you that sexual abuse has occurred, it is important that you follow these steps. Be calm, curious, and open. Take time to listen and support the child. Believe the child, even if the story does not seem real or the facts don't add up. Your role is to listen and believe. You don't have to be the person to verify the abuse. Don't probe for details. Don't ask a ton of questions. The most important thing you can do is listen. Reinforce that sexual abuse is never the child's fault. Children often feel blame for the sexual abuse and will carry that with them for years. It is imperative that the child never feel blamed for any type of sexual trauma they experienced. If the child is in foster care, remember that it is essential that the caseworker be notified so that they can guide you through the steps and processes that need to be taken legally. The foster or adoptive parent should remain positive and consistently assure the child that it is not their fault. The foster or adoptive parent should create a safe environment for the child to heal where they feel supported and comfortable talking about their previous abuse. The question often arises as to why children don't disclose this type of abuse more frequently and when it is taking place. There are many reasons for this. Abusers have trained their victims not to tell anybody about their secret. Often, the abuser will threaten to harm them or their family members if they tell. The abuser convinces the child that it is their fault, and the child may have already disclosed to somebody, but they receive such a negative or non-action response that they determine it was not worth disclosing again. They may fear that no one will believe them. Children often feel shame about the abuse and are reluctant to disclose, and children may be afraid of getting in trouble or being blamed for the abuse. Children often will not disclose sexual abuse until they are in a place where they feel safe. That could be a long time after the incident occurred. It is not unusual for a child to disclose this information initially to the parent who is fostering or adopting them as they develop a trusting relationship with this person. Disclosure is not always done verbally. It can be done in different manners, including the child acting out something through play that they have seen or experienced, or the child draws a picture and is able to talk about the events. Also, a child can be triggered and shows distress about an abusive situation on TV, in a book, or in a movie, creating an opportunity to have a discussion and disclosure. In the beginning of our class, we talked about some of our concerns related to parenting a child with a history of sexual abuse, and one concern was false allegations. Of course, one of the more challenging experiences that you may have as a foster or adoptive parent is being accused of abuse or neglect. The reaction of most parents range from shock, hurt, betrayal, to anger, and these are common or understandable feelings to have. It's important to understand why false allegations may occur. Here are some reasons. A child's abuse history will be largely unknown to most people the child comes into contact with, including teachers, clinicians, and friends. A child's comment may be misunderstood to be referring to the present rather than to the past abuse. Birth parents may be angry or jealous of the foster parent, or may observe an unexplained mark or bruise during a visit, or a child makes an allegation believing this will prompt a return to their family, or out of anger towards the foster family. While there is no guaranteed way to prevent allegations from occurring, there are strategies that you can help protect yourself. Let's talk about some of those. Know your limits. Before taking a child into your family, ask questions about their history. That includes known abuse, prior placement history, and physical, emotional, and behavioral concerns. If you are uncertain about your capacity to parent them, take some time to think about it. Carefully supervise a child during the early weeks of placement and review family rules about privacy and touching. Reinforce those rules with all the children in your home. Start a notebook or journal for each child. Record all illnesses and injuries and any behavioral, physical, or emotional concerns you observe. Document conversations with caseworkers, therapists, teachers, and medical personnel. Include the date, time, and substance of the communication. Sexual abuse is not always known. Know the signs that may mean a child has been abused and report it to the caseworker. Never use or threaten to use physical punishment. Of course, all allegations of abuse and neglect are taken seriously and have to be investigated, and this is necessary to protect children. Though most of those allegations are found to be unfounded, there are cases of foster and adoptive parents abusing their children. It may be hard to put your feelings aside. You may fear your ability to foster or adopt will be jeopardized, or worse, that the children will be removed from your home. The investigator's job is to gather all the information and make a determination about whether the abuse occurred. Answer questions calmly, respectfully, and factually. Contact your local foster and adoptive parent association. There are very likely other parents that have had this experience and can be a support to you. This is where keeping a journal for each child comes in handy. Share any notes you have about the child's injuries, physical or behavioral concerns, combative visitations or threats that may provide insight into what caused the allegation to be made. If the allegation is similar to an incident in the child's history, share that with the investigator. They may be unaware of the child's history initially. Don't question the child about the allegation. This may upset the child and could complicate the investigation. Now take some time to review handout number 2, Abuse Reports and False Allegations, How to Protect Yourself and Respond.